welcome to the Sip Off, where we have drinks and talk all things basketball. We got a jam-packed show for y'all tonight, but let me go ahead and get everybody on. I got my co-host, Jahan Phillips, in the building.
What up, though?
What's going on? How's your week been?
It's been long. I had a long week.
So unsure.
It's been long, man. And my boss came back. She been on a hiatus. So she been like at my neck all week.
Well, show everybody the drip real quick.
You know, had to do it for my boy, the Bean, Kobe
Right.
Bean.
Okay. We got the Lower Merion.
Got the Lower Merion. I had to put the LA Lakers on today. You know, do it for the Mamba.
Right.
Rest in peace, Mamba. Rest in peace, Mamba Sita. 2 years.
Man, and last year, we did a memorial show on the day, and it was just, it was hard, man. Cried a little bit. It was an emotional show. And this year, I just wanted to just keep it positive and, kind of keep it upbeat. So the second half of the show, we will do a memorial towards them. And if you have any positive memories or anything like that about Kobe, make sure y'all comment in the comments section. We'll talk about that. Make sure to include all that.
I didn't ask how your week was, though. I didn't ask how your week.
My week has been good. I was off work for a while, but I'll be going back tomorrow. Just because of this.
What good?
It's there. It's still attached. It's been cold. And I told Kennedy, because we got snow earlier this week, right? And I was like, Kennedy, if we duct tape a trash bag to my leg, do you still want to go sledding at the park? But she was like, it's not a good idea, Mom.
She was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody else on the show. We have a special guest with us tonight. We have Jacques Allen with us. What's up, Jacques? How are you?
What's going on, sir?
I feel special. How's everybody doing? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yourself?
Doing really well. You should feel special. Everybody else, they come on every week, so you're definitely the special guest this week.
Okay.
All right. We have Will Vogel in the studio with us as well. What's up, Will? How are you?
What's up, everybody? Doing good.
Up, then it's stuck.
What up?
You got a drink tonight or no? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Miller
Lite.
All right.
Something light.
And last but not least, we got Jay Nelson in the house with us. We rarely have him on at the beginning of the show, so
yeah, I had to make it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I am Jock's younger but better looking cousin. But thanks for having them on here. I do appreciate it. Make them feel special for 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm slight.
What's up, guys?
Jay, what are you drinking tonight?
Actually, this is the last of some Buffalo Trace. And I got the frozen ice cubes in there and everything. And, I like mine on the rock. So yeah, I'm good on this one.
Frozen ice cubes. I like the water ice cubes.
Pinkies up. He did the pinkies up. You see me?
Of course.
Right. And you got the Four Loko tonight. I have what's left of this from the quinceañera. And
that's
then
the pineapple. That's the pineapple.
Yeah, that's the pineapple.
Jock, what's that?
Adictivo.
Oh, I got tequila too. Cortalejo.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Cheers.
The tequila make you do angry stuff.
It used to be like that with me, and now I'm a little better with it. Plus, if you're on a diet, tequila's the way to go.
He'd be like, Hulk smash.
I have been there.
Johnny Walker for me.
All right, so let's touch on a little bit of the news before we jump over and do Kobe and GiGi. Just recently, about an hour ago, they announced the starters and the captains for the All-Star teams. On the West, we got LBJ as the captain, no surprise there. We got Steph, Joker, Ja, and Wiggins as starters over there. Any thoughts on that?
We named a lot of them. We some of them didn't come as a shock because we named a lot of them.
I think let me be specific then. What are your thoughts on Wiggins? Because the rest of them, I think we
Wiggins is the oddball because I got a notification saying, "All right, y'all weigh in." What y'all think about Wiggins? Being a starter and everything. I mean, he wasn't on my starters list, but I'm also not.
No, I mean, he definitely not a starter. Like he definitely should have made. You know what I mean? Like I see what he's doing.
Wiggins deserved this. That man earned it. He been putting in that work.
Well, hold on. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He just wasn't on my starting five. But hey, let him do his thing. Shoot, he earned it. I'm not
okay, who would you put in there other than him?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I had Spider.
I had Karl Anthony Towns in there instead of him.
I think he deserves it, but as a starter, I wouldn't put him as a starter. And I agree, Donovan Mitchell over him.
Is he on the front court?
No, backcourt. Ain't he?
Backcourt because John Steph.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So then captain, but for your starters, you got Giannis, Embiid, DeMar, Trae Young, and then KD. Obviously, KD is not going to be playing. I don't know who they will put in for him instead. Who would y'all put in instead of KD?
Ice Trae the game.
Trey's in already.
He's already on there. He's a starter.
I didn't even hear Trey. I didn't even hear you say Trey.
Great.
I heard Giannis. I heard
Embiid.
Levine.
I heard DeRozan. And then you said Trey after him?
Yeah.
Okay.
After DeMar. I think it's got to be Levine. As far if you looked at the voting, if you looked at the voting, I think it's probably going to have to be Zach.
I think it should be Levine. He's
balling.
I mean,
of course you're going to say LaMelo. Of course you're going to say LaMelo.
LaMelo ball.
Because LaMelo is not the real Melo.
LaMelo ball.
He's just
Carmelo.
He's just the new Melo.
The new Melo.
Yeah.
It was deserved, I'm telling y'all, man.
Yellow Melo.
Man had a triple-double last night.
Yes,
dude, they ran up 158. Everyone should have got triple-double.
158.
I know, right?
Right. Everybody should have had at least a dub.
They was playing live on like rookie mode last night, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, they were.
Who did they play?
Indiana, but they were down so many people.
They might score.
Hey, yo, the crazy part about that is Indiana was winning at one point in that game.
Yeah, they were.
Really?
They were up 1 at halftime. Indiana was up 1 at halftime, I think.
That's wild. I was watching the Spurs and Memphis play each other, and it was a close game the entire game. It was until like the last minute, and then they pulled ahead a few shots. I think they ended up beating us by 8 points. But it was a good game. DeJounte Murray got his 10th triple-double. And I think it was his 10th triple-double. And so that's the most in Spurs history right there. He surpassed David Robinson. So congrats to DeJounte Murray. I know that's my baby daddy.
Hold up, time out.
Oh, he's your baby daddy. Well, at least it ain't Dak Prescott.
Yeah. No. Yeah, DeJounte is going to be my forever husband. Dak on his way out.
I just need to ask one question only.
Hey, Courtney.
Yo, Job.
Yeah.
Is that a Wesley Snipes picture back there behind you?
Wesley Snipes?
In behind you.
In the frame?
White men don't jump. Behind you.
I'm looking behind.
Other side. Other side.
That's LeBron, D Wade, and Carmelo.
Oh, okay. I thought it was some white man can't jump.
Or you thought it was the Pistons?
Sidney Dean and Billy Hoyle.
Billy Hoyle.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Doesn't one of us have a burner that's Billy Hoyle?
Yeah.
Tyler.
He in the crowd.
Tyler's burner.
What up,
Tyler called us some alcoholics earlier too.
I don't know if I want to show this comment.
They didn't go unnoticed. Hey, Courtney, how you doing?
Wow.
It's kind of like Tahoe, but Tahoe.
You know. How you doing today?
All right.
I don't get a hello. Okay.
So I want to talk about the Suns a little bit. They are now 37-9. If you look over at the number one seed, Yeah, you look over at the number 1 seed in the East, which is the Heat. They are 30-17 as of yesterday, so I haven't updated that. But if you see the huge difference there, like there's 7 games in between the 2 number 1 seeds. Then you go over back to the West. Number 2 is Golden State, and they are 3.5 games behind the Suns. Memphis is 6.5 games behind the Suns, and then the Jazz is 8 games behind. Thoughts on the Suns? Do y'all think they are that legit? Like, they haven't had DeAndre Ayton. They haven't had JaVale McGee. Somehow they managed to revitalize Bambo's career.
I think, because I saw that game last night. They played a great game. At one point, they was up 33-14, and then they kind of let the Utah Jazz back in it. So it was like Utah was kind of staying on their bumper, for the rest of the way, but the Suns closed it out. I think the Suns are playing with a chip on their shoulder this year because they had the finals last year and they let it slip away. It was up 2-0, and then they let it slip.
They did.
And I think this year they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They don't want to be known as the choke artist. They want to actually finish the job this year. So I'm impressed with their play, but it's no shock. They got a great team.
I agree 100%.
I'm inclined to disagree with you, sir.
Go ahead,
I knew
John.
you were coming with this because Golden State is right below them. So I knew you were coming with it.
Hey, look.
He's been around for Steph. Go ahead.
Regular season is great. Western Conference Finals is great. But the buck stops here. You know what I'm saying? Me and Steph.
Yeah.
Me and Wardell.
Wardell.
Going back to the finals.
Okay.
And we going to the Super Bowl and we gonna win that beat. Word to Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. So, and then right below the Jazz and the number 5 seed, you got the Mavs, right? Mavs took a major hit this week, though. Tim Hardaway Jr. broke his foot.
Done.
Yeah, and we know that Porzingis is supposed to be Luka's right-hand man, but you know that Tim Hardaway Jr. is really his right-hand man. So what are the Mavericks going to do? Like, are they going to be able to participate before the trade deadline? Do they make something happen?
They done for.
They need to make a move to help Luka more. They really do.
I had a thought about this, right, for the trade deadline, right? Because I think if you think about Indiana, a team that just got blown out by the Hornets last night, right? We all know that they're trying to blow up their roster. Sabonis can go. Miles Turner can go. Miles Turner is injured, but he'll be back within like 2 weeks. And then you have Caris LeVert, who's on the trade block as well, right? Mavs to trade Finney-Smith to the Bulls. I did not know that. I thought they cut Finney-Smith. Interesting.
That might be a good look. I know the Mavs. Even if Tim Hardaway Jr. hadn't gotten his foot, they need to make a move before the deadline.
They really
the West
do,
is still the West. If they're gonna move up the ladder, they gotta make a power move or something, like you said, to help Luka out.
Jahan, tell her why your jersey doesn't match your head.
You better answer your wife, boy.
To answer your question, these are both Kobe's teams. The jersey is his high school team, and the hat is his pro team.
Okay. All right. And so you're saying that the Mavs, even before this injury, they needed to do something to shake things up.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. It's not fair to ask Luka to put up 50 a game, man.
No, it's not.
Get that boy some help.
Okay, so I don't think the Mavs have enough space or cap or anything like that to get Sabonis. Like, I think Sabonis is going to end up somewhere else by himself. But what if they picked up Caris LeVert to kind of fill in where Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the shooting, and then you got Miles Turner to back up Porzingis because they both going to get hurt.
You know Porzingis' injury history. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So we know you can't depend on him. Now, LeVert, I would have taken him on the Rockets, so I think it's a good look.
I think LeVert's a great target for a lot of teams.
I don't expect nothing less.
I went Miles Turner personally. Spurs don't need Caris LeVert. We already have like 20-some guards. But as far as Miles Turner, I would love to have him on the Spurs. I think he would be somebody electrifying as a big man right there that we have Jakob Poeltl, and not to knock him because he brings a lot to the stat line besides points. He's still going to put up, 7-8 points, but he gets a ton of rebounds. He gets blocks. He gets steals. He's definitely a presence in the lane, but he's just not that shooter that, we miss Tim Duncan. That's what it is.
Probably so. You missed Timmy. Timmy was a ball crasher. You know, of course, you look for somebody who. Remember, Kawhi was supposed to be that guy, but
he was the claw.
Don't say the K word in front of Megan now.
My fault. The K word.
Good one, Will. Yes,
she forgave him already. She forgave him already.
No, never.
Nope.
Never that. He's allowed to play on Team USA. That's it. He can't come back to the Spurs.
No.
It's a done deal.
Wouldn't allow it.
When he make a shot, she won't cheer.
Nope.
You know? No. I mean, I want what's best for the team. If we win and we're winning with Kawhi, I'm not going to say it's forgiven, but I'm going to accept it. So what are some trade deadline moves that y'all think are going to happen? Trade deadline is February 10th. It's coming up real quick.
Yeah, that's in what? 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think Sabonis gets dealt? Anybody willing to give up anything? I don't think the Hornets should.
I think John Collins is for sure on the move. I know he's frustrated in Atlanta.
I think Ben on the move. I think somebody gonna.
I think Buddy Hield's gonna be moved.
Interesting. Where do you think he'd go?
Ooh, I like Kyle Anderson. He's on Memphis, but he was a Spur. I think we drafted him.
Buddy.
Somebody said Buddy to the Lakers is getting real heat. Buddy to the Lakers.
That was supposed to happen last year. That was supposed to happen last year.
Yeah, hold on. You said who would get moved? Westbrook about to get moved before the trade deadline.
So
Westbrook should be moved.
Westbrook, he threw. Well, you know what? Hold on.
He done in LA.
Hold on. Cuz, what you think? What you think?
Westbrook is not going anywhere.
Why?
Too much money.
Too much money. Yeah.
There's only one team that Westbrook can go to, and the Lakers are not going to trade Westbrook for John Wall.
Yeah. That's the only team he can go to because they have matching contracts this year and next year.
That's it. That's the only.
And why would he go back to Houston? Why would he go back to Houston?
Well,
he wouldn't go back to Houston, but then you still have the exact same problem because
surprisingly, Houston is willing to do it.
Yeah.
That's not surprising on Houston. It's not going to happen with Westbrook. Yeah, of course, Houston is willing to do it.
Westbrook's like,
it don't make the same money, but Wall gets hurt more.
Right.
Well, okay. My thing about that is you got somebody who is a ball hog within LeBron. He's never going to not be that. That's who he is. That's the player he is. He's never not going to be that, right? And he's willing. Right. And
you said LeBron's a ball hog?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Go ahead, cousin.
Okay.
Go ahead, cousin.
He's a ball hog. I'm not knocking the dude. That's how he plays. He's a ball hog. That's how he runs the game. He runs his team. He runs the show, right? He does have a Robin within Anthony Davis. Yes. But then you have somebody.
Shout him out first, though? Can we shout him out first for being the first to ever do this? Can we shout him out for being the first to ever do this? Although you call him a ball hog. First 30,000, 10,000, 9,000.
Yeah. I'm not knocking the dude, but he is a ball hog. It's no different than Kobe.
No,
Kobe doesn't know how to pass either. I mean, it just is what it is. When you know you're the best on the team, you know that you're going to run the show, right? I'm not knocking the man. He's that talented. But you have somebody else with the same type of mind frame of holding on to the ball within Russell Westbrook, right? Yeah. John Wall is that same player. He just has a better shooting percentage. So how do you fix the dynamic on the Lakers by getting another player that's just like Westbrook?
Get a best player the ball and get out the way.
Well, then I wouldn't be spending $40 million for that.
Get the best player the ball, get out of the way.
Me personally, if John Wall didn't have his injury history, I would do the trade.
Yeah.
Because
100%. 100%.
Westbrook on the Lakers right now, he can't shoot.
John Wall was highly touted coming out of Kentucky. His first 2 years were awesome.
They were. And he looked good when he was in Houston. When he came back and was actually playing, he looked good there. He was running the offense over there. The offense revolved around him. Christian Wood was there as well. But, the offense revolved around John Wall when he was playing in Houston. He didn't look bad. He didn't want to be a part of what was going on in Houston.
Right. He was average.
I
want to have a game, but they're already watching his minutes. He there was games that he set out because his injuries picking up again, and he just became a liability. When he's healthy, he's on.
Yep. I want to ask Jason, do you think there's a chance Christian Wood gets moved?
Hell no. They building around him, dude. They building around him.
They should.
They building around Christian Wood too. He's doing a double a game, if not every other game, man.
There's
no way to move him. No way to move him.
I just wanted to say one thing about John Wall.
Jeremy Grant also, Megan, remember, that's a name that could be moved.
I like John Wall. I like John Wall as a person. I like John Wall as a fellow North Carolinian. However,
Word of God school.
I would not trade Russell Westbrook for John Wall.
No.
Well, I mean, it's something for nothing. You get a player that's actually going to play, and then you got John Wall for a player who's not playing.
True.
Yeah, but I wouldn't just because I personally think Russell Westbrook is better, but that's just personal.
So what do? You just buy him out, and you take the $40 million hit to your cap and just buy him out? Gilbert Arenas.
Are we talking about John Wall?
John Wall. If you're Houston, what do you do with John Wall? If you can't move him in the trade deadline, what do you do with him? You just take the cap hit?
Yeah, you keep him.
$40 million?
$40 million.
They not the Lakers. Houston is not the Lakers,
No. What they gonna do?
They can afford that.
What they gonna do?
He's basically in purgatory because don't nobody want to take him, but he also ain't going to play for Houston either. He's going to sit on the bench or not even show up to the arena, Because remember there was that talk that he was supposed to come back. Well,
I think John Wall wanted to come back, and then Houston was like, "We don't want you to get injured and lose what value you have." And so you have to understand that. You have to understand that from their point of view. It's a business. He has a serious injury history. So, I mean, I do personally understand that. Okay, so does anything happen with Ben Simmons?
The problem is his injury.
Y'all see anything happening with Philly and Simmons?
I saw something, and it could have been a troll post, but I saw something about him going to Atlanta.
I saw that too.
John Collins. I saw something about him coming to Charlotte, and I do not want him here.
No, I don't want Ben at all.
See, here's the thing.
Don't bring Ben to Charlotte.
Nope.
See, here's the thing. Is I don't blame Philadelphia for asking for a lot for him because somebody might fall for it. But all the other teams know that his work ethic sucks. So his value's down. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they move him, and he's still going to continue to lose. How much is he's losing a day?
Hundreds of thousands a day, a game.
And I said this
on the 10 million the other day, didn't it? Didn't it hit 10 million the other day?
And I said this on the pregame. I heard this on the radio, and I couldn't agree more. There's energy sharers, and there's energy suckers. He is an energy sucker.
He really is. He
sucks it all away.
While we're on this, can you believe what Embiid is doing over there without his second-hand man? This is something that
puts up a 50-point game in 27 minutes.
Joel Embiid is averaging more points than he is minutes playing right now. That's a ridiculous stat right there. He's averaging over 34 points per game right now in the last month. And anybody that's a Philly fan that's critical of Tobias Harris, this was something that Ray Lynn said on Sports Arena last night. Instead of being critical of Tobias Harris and the role that he's in now, realize he was not brought to your team for that role. He was your number 3 option. He was not supposed to be your number 2 option. So direct that anger at your number 2 option who doesn't show up.
He was actually the number 4 option.
Oh, you're right. Because
before they got rid of Jimmy Butler.
Oh, correct.
So, you taking him from 4 all the way to 2? That's asking.
And how is Jimmy feeling over down there? In Miami, loving the sun. He got his friends.
Yeah.
Playing with young boy Tyler Hero.
Right. Okay, Jahan, take us through this week in college. What's been going on
Right.
in college?
Let's see. Tar Heels had a great week. I just want to start there.
We always
Go
start there.
Heels.
I want to start there. That the Tar Heels had a 2-0 week. Beat
Yes,
Virginia
sir.
Tech. Beat Boston College. All right. Let's see. Hadn't been much shakeup this week though.
No, not really.
Did anybody catch the Kansas and Tech versus Texas Tech game, the double overtime game? Anybody catch that game?
No.
Not really. No.
Monday night.
Oh, you know what? Big 12 is the best conference right now in basketball, and I'm an ACC traditionalist. I've been watching the ACC 30 years. However, I got to give it to the Big 12 right now. Like every game, every week, everybody is bringing it.
Yeah.
Like I said on last week's show, they slotted to get 8 bids out of the 10 teams. But I don't really like Big 12 basketball.
I think it's a fun tournament. When I love the ACC too. I'm a Tar Heel fan, but after that tournament watching, I watch the Big 12 because you got Baylor, Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma. It's a fun tournament.
Dude, and you know what?
It is
And,
a fun
and I
tournament.
think Megan will co-sign with this one. The reason why Big 12 basketball has become so great in these past couple years is because the rest of the teams caught up to Kansas. For the longest time, it was Kansas and everybody else. They was guaranteed to win.
Now you got Baylor.
But now you look, in the last 3 years, 2 Big 12 teams made the national title game.
Right.
One of them was 19 seconds away from winning, and then they choked to Virginia, and then Baylor won last year.
ACC.
Yep.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about Coach Beard leaving, going to UT? He left Tech, went to UT. UT falls out of the rankings this week, and Texas Tech is ranked 13th. Any thoughts on that?
You know,
I mean, and y'all know I'm a UT fan. I'm wearing UConn because it's Gigi's favorite team, but
I mean, you built a culture. You built the culture. You left because you thought that was greener pastures. Look, everything that glitter ain't gold. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes like that happens, but you built that culture there, and Texas Tech is a very good team. They have been for a while here. Like Jay just alluded to, they were in the national championship game in 2019.
2 years ago, and they lost.
They are a good team. Every man, listen. Every
they just didn't have a big man last year. That's it. They just didn't have a big man.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard for any team though in the Big 12. Like you're not going through the Big 12 calendar unscathed. Like you're not.
Yeah, they get
anybody on any given night. Look, Baylor was number one. Baylor was number one a couple weeks ago and took 2 L's in the same week.
Yes,
so it's like, look, this is going to happen. These things are going to happen. This is every night we bring in this, and that's tournament style basketball. So you're going to see that a lot of Big 12 teams are advancing to the Sweet 16, to the Elite Eights, because they are already prepping now. They are playing these games every night.
We're almost to February, and so but in a couple weeks we're gonna be a championship week. Like it's gonna happen really quick, and then we're gonna have
like Carolina Duke is next week.
Right.
We're already at Carolina Duke 1. So I mean,
what day? Saturday, right?
Yeah, the 5th. Saturday.
What's up, James? Glad you're in the building. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to read to y'all some standings right here, and it's number 10 through number 16 in the men's. You got Michigan State at number 10. You got Wisconsin at number 11. You have Kentucky at number 12. You have Texas Tech at number 13. Villanova at 14. USC at 15. And then Ohio State at 16. Like that right there. And they all have almost identical records right there. Like I feel like that right there is like the biggest.
That middle is real tight.
Right.
That middle is real tight. You know, Jahan was talking about it just now. You know, Baylor was number 1, and then they took 2 L's, and then they dropped and whatnot. Now you look at Auburn. Auburn is number 1, and they barely got by unranked Missouri. Just the other night. You know, but that middle of the pack, man, literally out of anybody in the top 25, that's where anything can happen.
Yeah, March Madness is setting up to be bananas.
Yeah, electric. It's
did you
be a good one.
And speaking of men's basketball, I think Louisville's coach left.
Yeah.
Louisville's coach.
He did.
Okay, sliding over to the women's real quick. We got the Texas women are actually at number 5 right now. They were at number 7 last week. So while the men are falling out of the rankings, women have moved up. They started the season ranked 22nd and then moved up and it kind of stuck in that 12, 13 range for a few weeks. And now they're at number 5. How serious are the UT women in that tournament? Because you got South Carolina at number 1, NC State at number 2, Stanford at number 3, Louisville at number 4, then Texas. How does Texas compare to those? Not South Carolina, because we all know what South Carolina and Dawn Staley got going on.
Yeah, we know what they are.
Right now.
We know what they are. They're the best in the country.
They are who they thought they were.
What did they do? What did they do last year, Megan? Second round?
Texas?
Second round? Yeah.
Texas.
No, they made it to the Sweet 16.
Oh, Sweet 16.
Right?
Yeah.
Sweet 16.
Okay, so I mean, I think similar. I think if they push through Elite 8 this year, I mean, that a successful season. Like, listen,
can they win? Can they win the Big 12? Because Baylor is sitting at 21 because they don't have Kim Mulkey anymore.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll win the Big 12.
they can win the Big 12. Coaching, as you can see, does wonders. Look at LSU this year.
LSU is at number 18 right now, and that's Kim Mulkey's first year.
That's Kim Mulkey. That's coaching.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, listen, she's great.
She's a little firecracker.
She's
in heels.
She's Mount Rushmore-ish.
Yeah, she's getting there. She's getting there.
I don't know if I have her there, but she's Mount Rushmore-ish.
Okay, speaking of Mount Rushmore, the great voice of Dick Vitale will not be a part of NCAA basketball the rest of the season. He has lymphoma, I believe. Yeah. And so he's taking the rest of the season off. The tournament will not be the same without him.
No.
As somebody that's witnessed a lot of Dick Vitale, because I've always felt like he was a Duke homer. Like, he loves Coach K. And respectfully, Coach K is a legend in the game. Like, one of the greatest coaches that ever did it. But I've always felt like Dick Vitale was a Duke homer. But much respect to Dick Vitale, his voice, his
passion for the game.
Yeah, like the game is not the same without a Dick Vitale, and may he get well in his recovery. We will miss him. Like, it's not the same without him saying, Super Singularly awesome, awesome with a capital A, all of that, So
Mount Sportsmore, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Mount Sportsmore.
I don't know. I hope he gets well, and prayers up to Dick Vitale.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Okay, so let's slide over to the WNBA real quick. Now, we don't have a ton of news in the WNBA other than what's going on with Phoenix.
Got a coach.
We got a coach finally. And you got a champion. You got a champion type coach. You got Vanessa Nygaard. Like, there's not a whole lot. Like, when Teresa Witherspoon pulled out of it, because that's who I felt like should have got it, right? But she pulled out last week, and then they announced that Vanessa Nygaard got the job. And while I was disappointed that it wasn't Teresa, I was very happy with the Vanessa Nygaard pickup. Like, if you are trying to get DT one more championship, she definitely has.
Oh, we getting it. We getting it. It ain't no time.
Man.
Okay. Now we haven't heard anything else because the ladies can't sign their contracts until February 1st. So we will see some big news over the next week. And I think we're going to see a different landscape when it comes to some teams. I think Seattle's going to look drastically different. I think New York's going to look a little bit different. Chicago is going to look different. Chicago is over their cap.
I hope they look worse.
You're such a hater.
He said that knowing Tyler's in the crowd, man.
Okay. No, he's like, I hope Chicago looks like that door the DT beat up.
Yeah, for real. They ain't They ain't had to do the GOAT like that, yo. They could have just went ahead and got it this year. You know, Candace, you came home, did what you supposed to do. Congrats to you. You know what I'm saying? But
that's so fake with it. Like, congrats to you.
Go on. You know what I'm saying?
You have to respect Candace, though, bro.
Nah, Candace is great. I love Candace, especially when she told Shaq that time. Take that surprise out your voice.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was
hold on. And just because you said this, we got homeboy. Tyler,
what up?
Chicago
What up? Yo, I'm here. I heard like my ears were tingling for a second. I was like, what is going on right now? And then I realized it was Jahan running them lips again.
I mean, listen, Chicago did their thing, man. I can't hate, man. But I want to see. I want to see the GOAT get another one. That's it. That's all. Just put everything in the realm. Go down, tied in rings, whatever the case may be. When
Jahan did the thing about Jahan is he doesn't root for any underdogs, like none.
Yeah, the Hornets.
None.
The Hornets.
But you want the Hornets to lose to Kevin Durant?
Yeah, you just told me that
the Philadelphia Eagles. I love the Eagles.
Okay, we'll give you that one.
Yeah.
That
one.
Oh,
that one.
He's like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
What about Boehner? Juliana Boehner.
All right, we'll give you that one too. Nobody expected Nunez to lose.
And Jahan's a big John Jones fan, so let's not act like he's rooting for all underdogs. So
yeah,
it's not exactly an underdog, but
that's my guy right there.
Canelo, he's a Canelo fan. Come on, guys.
Ugh, can't stand Canelo Alvarez.
That's funny. Okay, so Tyler, talk to me about the Chicago Sky. Like, we've heard some rumors, possibly Allie Quigley's done. Does that mean your favorite player is out? Vandersloot, her wife, is she out? Do you think she stays? Do you think Stephanie Dolson stays? And then do you think, because there's been some talk that Breanna Stewart is out in Seattle, right? She had talks with New York. Does that affect y'all in any way? Because you got Betnijah Laney, who is possibly on the trade block.
Yeah, I don't know if that affects us too much. What I will say about Dolson is I think whoever signs Dolson, I think Chicago still has an opportunity to match whatever is offered to her. So I think that's something to...
The reason I think that these three teams affect each other and what happens with them, Eric brought this up and he said, Betnijah and Kalia are friends. They're both from Philly. They grew up together. And then Seattle's going to need some size if Breanna's gone. So Stephanie Dolson could go to Seattle. Stewart could go to New York, and then Laney could shoot over to Chicago.
Yeah, it's possible. I actually hear the Atlanta Dream are really interested in Dolson right now. So that's something to monitor too. Yeah, so that's something to monitor too. I still think that there's a possibility the Sky get her back. I think Lexi Brown's obviously gone. I know that's Ant's girl. Wherever I don't see Ant in the crowd tonight, but
right.
But anyways, yeah. But he just runs his lips on Facebook and then doesn't get on the show. Come on, bro. Right, Will? What is that? But anyways, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because I think
when he did that.
Because I think Allie Quigley probably could be done. So I'm a little worried about that. Obviously, that's a huge blow because she's the best shooter on the entire team. Right. But the reason why I think Dolson coming back is so important is because you need to have a future once it's over for Vandersloot, once it's over for Allie Quigley, once it's over for Al. Yeah, exactly.
She's in this will be year 15, season 15, I think.
Right. So. Parker's almost done. So, like, you want to have someone with copper, and I think Dolson's probably the best one of all the options.
Well, she played such a pivotal role in that last game as far as, being able to get the championship. And, she played such an important role in that her stock went up. And even if you got to figure out what to do to keep her, I would like that. But I know Seattle, if Brianna's out, Seattle needs size badly, you know?
Yeah. That's honestly, the New York situation is going to be really interesting to me what they do, because I mean, what you pair with Sabrina, I mean, I'm very high on her. I think she is a freakish talent. So like, you bring in another weapon for her, and it puts them there. I'll say something though about the WNBA is everyone keeps talking about all these teams, right? They talk about the Sky, they talk about the Aces, they talk about the Storm, they talk about all. People got to realize the Connecticut Sun have a very good team still.
Absolutely.
People are sleeping on that team. And I am so high on the reigning MVP of the WNBA, because she might be the woman Kevin Durant of the WNBA. She gets her shot wherever she wants. So I don't want to, exclude the Sun, because they kind of underachieved for where they were all season, so they could definitely be back next year.
Yeah, they sat at the number 1 in the East, and then they sat at the number 2 seed majority of the season. So and then they have Jonquel Jones. She's just amazing, and they have a couple of other key players. But a roster that's real interesting to me, and I'm just super excited to hear whether we see Della Dawn come back or not, is Washington, because Washington also has they have Natasha Cloud. Who else do they have over there?
No, ahead. Sir. Call us alcoholics and taking a shot of crown.
You caught that, huh? Yeah, you caught that. I was like, you guys some damn alcoholics. Get some help.
The number 1 pick. Let me see.
Yeah, I think it's good for the Mystics to be good. When the Mystics are good at basketball, they have usually a pretty good crowd. They actually draw in quite a few.
We're only like 3 seasons removed from their championship, and Della Dawn being the MVP. So it's not that far away that they were really one of the dominant teams. Now, they didn't finish well last year. Who is this player that I'm
and as we all know, ticket sales do matter, right? Like even in baseball, you see it every year. You see like the Cleveland, like I've talked to Cliff about this, Cleveland baseball sells so poorly in tickets every year. So like people, and then there's teams like the Dodgers who, sell so many tickets. And I think with WNBA, it's very interesting because it's like the Sky. I'm intrigued to see what the Sky games are going to be like next year, because we thought they were lit last year. Like now they're coming off a WNBA title. Like they're going to do very, very well in sales.
Imagine being a Vegas fan and shut up, Jahan. I don't want to hear it. Now you got Becky Hammond.
Yeah.
You guys were number 2 in the West all year long. Then you got Becky Hammond. Does Vegas lose Liz Cambage?
I don't know. I wish they would lose that. That who do I not like on that team? Rakona Williams. Yeah, I'm not high on her. She's a troublemaker.
I wish they lose the whole team.
Yeah, it's John's not an Aces fan. That's right. Yeah,
he's like move that team.
The lady I was thinking of on Washington was Tina Charles. She's a badass. So you got Tina Charles, Natasha.
She was a dog in college.
Yeah, she definitely was. You got Natasha.
She's still a dog.
Megan Gustafson, who played for the Wings, and she's a big chick. And so they have a squad over there. It kind of depends on, does Della Dawn come back, and then what do they do with their draft pick? Because I think they're in the top 4 also.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, for the Wings, because y'all know I'm Wings Media, we have cap problems. We're over cap, and we're literally over roster too. We're 1 person over roster already.
With draft picks.
Yeah, so we've got to make room for our draft picks. We have the number 4 draft pick, and then we have the number 6 draft pick also. I think we trade the number 6 draft pick away, just cap wise, because we can't afford to have both of them. I want us to go after Haley Jones, the player for Stanford, the chick with all the hair. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think she would be perfect and next to Enrique as far as a shooting combo right there. But I think Alicia Gray might be out also because she's a free agent as well. So I hate to see her go, but definitely if we can get Haley Jones, I'm cool with it.
For sure.
All All right, guys, let's slide over to Kobe and GiGi. You want to talk about your favorite Kobe or GiGi moments or both? Just personally.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna first by saying I remember waking up the morning because I didn't watch the game. I was in school and busy, but I remember waking up the morning he dropped 81, which is super surreal for me because I just, I watched, wake up every, as a kid, you're watching Sports Center, you're stat chasing, you're watching, the ticker and the bottom of the thing, and then all of a sudden you see Kobe Bryant dropped 81 points, and you're just like, what? Like, it's just like real. What? Like, I watched Michael, I watched what Michael dropped 63, I think. Yeah, he dropped 63 for the Bulls, and it was such a special day. But when he dropped 81, man, like, that was crazy to me. A testament to Kobe. Nobody worked harder than Kobe Bryant. Like, that's something that never is understated, but he shoots so many times after games. He stayed late in the gym. He showed up early in the gym. He was a tremendous father. I'm going to have a daughter in May. So Kobe is an absolute inspiration, to us girl dads and future girl dads, absolutely, admire Kobe Bryant. I want to keep this positive tonight because I know last year we're a little bit gloomy on this, and there's a lot of positive things to talk about. Whether we talk about Kobe Bryant's championships, whether we talk about what he did in the Olympics, the 81-point game that I mentioned, what he did for the WNBA, what he did for his daughters, what kind of role model he was for everyone around here, and absolutely big ups to Kobe Bryant. Gone but never forgotten. What a legend.
Definitely. And before anybody else goes, since we're talking 81, I got a clip for us. Hold on one second.
Yeah, the 81
Oh, what a great clip.
I love this commercial.
I do too. I was like,
so funny. Hold on one second, guys. Let's see.
Crispy line, Jalen Rose.
Yeah,
Jalen Rose.
It is.
Jalen Rose is so funny though. I love Jalen Rose.
Megan.
I know my inbox is all up there. I don't have nothing to hide. It's fine. All right, hold on. It's right here.
I got nothing to hide.
I don't.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Is he borrowing Jahan's suit? I can't tell.
It's great, man. It's great. Just
Kobe.
Little investment. Nice. So I don't know if you saw the thing on Twitter about your statue.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, I figured that. Me either.
A drink, Mr. Grant? Yeah, I'll have a vodka martini. How many olives would you like? 81.
Yeah.
I don't know. He had to do Jalen like that.
Really?
However, only 18 of those 81 were scored on Jalen Rose.
Right. But it's so funny to me because at the end he was like, no, I'm just kidding. Inside joke. He gets it.
It's great. Just,
right.
I don't know if you saw the thing on Twitter about your statue.
Oh, it's still playing. I think.
Oh, hold on one second, guys.
Oh my God. He's like,
it's going again. I'm still learning how to produce. Y'all know this. Okay, so Jay, go ahead. Talk to us about Kobe. GiGi.
Man, sometimes I think about it and it still hadn't set in that somebody like that is gone. You know what I mean? I can remember him winning the dunk competition coming in 1996, being a part of that classic draft class of 1996 and everything. And then while Tyler was talking, and he said, pretty much the points that I was gonna say if he hadn't said them. But one thing that stands out to me was when he gave the Jazz 60 on the way out. Yeah. It wasn't the fact that he dropped 60. It was the fact that he dropped 60 while exhausted. At first, he was not going to play that game. And then he got talking to. He said, all right, I'm coming. Did you see the look? I have not seen an athlete that tired in my entire life. Not even a boxer. And that's, you know what I mean? And I watched boxing in the 80s. You know what I mean? So, but the fact that he put everything in everything he did, and especially in that game, and he's about to collapse, and his legs was giving out, and he just kept going. He is one of the most strong-willed that any of us have seen and will ever see. You know, he's an inspiration to everything. You know, I come across people and they incorporate that Mamba mentality in literally everything they do. I don't care if it's getting out of bed, going to Fayetteville. I don't feel like it today. Nope, we'll go. Kobe would have went, you know. And absolutely, it's tragic, but we remember him, you know, on this day. Me personally, I like 8 Kobe. You know, I'm gonna get a Kobe number 8 jersey. I feel like it's more of a highlight reel, you know, but most definitely, you know, Kobe is revered, always will be. You know, peace to him. You know, and his daughter who had a bright future ahead of her. And you know, thoughts and prayers to his family and everything. And you know, true legends never die. You know, so
definitely. Will, any thoughts?
Kobe was an inspiration for me growing up. Loved the game of basketball. Kobe was one of the reasons. Like the guy said, his work ethic was probably unmatched. Maybe the closest guy was Jordan. But Jordan, it would go Jordan than him. But still, that guy played through so much adversity, through torn Achilles, through crazy amount of leg injuries, through even some really bad, not bad, but decent Laker teams, not great Laker teams. He still put up crazy good numbers. When I always think of Kobe, I do think of his 81, his 60 on the closeout game. I always think of, and it makes me laugh to this day, and I bet you guys can agree, the Matt Barnes, the fake in the 2009 finals, where he doesn't flinch at all. I'm like, man, that guy got nerves of steel.
Right.
But no, Kobe was just his work, like I said, his work ethic was emphatic. It was awesome. I was fortunate to see him play once live. I didn't have the greatest seats, but it was phenomenal still seeing Kobe play. Cool. I wish I could have seen him play more. What he did on and off the court was crazy. Like on the court, he was a fearless competitor. Everyone wanted to beat him or be him. Mamba mentality. Off the court, like you said, he was involved with the WNBA. He was involved with his daughter's basketball team. He was like the definition of a genuine human being. What else? Like the guy said, Jay said, true legends never die. I remember, I think I was out and about the day he passed. I came home. My dad was watching TV, and he said, Will, Kobe Bryant just passed. I said, no way. This can't be real. I go into my room. I look it up on my phone. I didn't leave my room for hours that day because I was just distraught. But I know it's hard not to be depressed about a great athlete passing. But honestly, if he was alive today and could say, oh, I'm going to not sound sour, die in the next day or so, don't feel bad for me. Just continue my legacy, carry on my ways, and spread positivity. And it's just a shame that a lot of people didn't grow up with Kobe. They grew up with Steph and LeBron and the later guys when I got to watch greatness firsthand.
All right. Well, I'm going to show another commercial real quick.
Sorry for the prolonged.
No, you're fine. Just to kind of keep our vibe up because it's so sad. So
I want to say something real quick before you show this video. Okay. Let's give some credit to what kind of human being Pau Gasol has been through this entire thing for the family, for Kobe Bryant. Like that is an absolute, not just a teammate you want, that is a best friend you want. Absolutely big ups to Pau Gasol. He has earned so much respect for me and what he has done for that family. You know, respect. Love to see that.
Vanessa. Always checking on Vanessa. which is
Definitely.
great.
And Vanessa was at the WNBA All-Star game as well. She was kind of in her own section, not interacting with everybody. So just love that she's still able to help support and, the movement with women's basketball, and she's still a part of that. So real quick,
I agree with the whole Pau Gasol thing. He's a great, I would say, ambassador for the sport of basketball and the Bryant family.
Okay, we got one here. This commercial.
Oh, what a great! Oh, this is great.
How much more successful do you want me to be? More successful.
You should put Jahan's face on Kanye's face.
More records.
Yay!
But are you a different animal and the same beast? What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Jahan's probably in the crowd somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised.
And then this one is actually my favorite clip of Kobe's. I die every time I see this.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
This got interesting. Come back
Oh yeah, I love this.
thought we was gone. My man
Carlos Boozer, where Carlos Boozer?
Swaggy P, no more Swaggy P. Max only Swaggy P. Let them know. Let them boys know.
Look at Kobe's face.
Priceless.
If you were there, would there be a celebration?
Kobe's like, I don't give a damn.
He didn't even have any words.
When I saw it, all I could think of was you.
Kobe's not like.
Hey, did you see the movie Whiplash? Great.
Yeah, he was not feeling that whatsoever.
He was like,
that's awesome.
So funny. Go ahead, Jacques. What were your favorite Kobe memories, or GiGi, whichever?
Oh, well, for me, his final game is one that stands out with me. The part that gets me on his final game is after he hits the last shot, and then he passes and gets I forgot who got the dunk, but then when the whole team comes to him at the free throw line and he hugs all of them, that kills me every time I see that. And I mean, he had a great global impact. I mean, you can't deny that. And the thing is, me being a huge LeBron James fan, I was predisposed to hate Kobe. But after his career was over with, I finally appreciated what he was doing. So that's one of those things where you say to yourself, give people their flowers while they're here.
Right.
Plus, another big thing is I'm a huge investment guy. Mm-hmm. That body armor investment,
right?
Man turned $1 million into $800 million,
right?
That's a good deal there. So those are my memories of him.
Awesome. All right, Jahan.
I had several, but I just want to first start and say, the day Kobe died, I thought TMZ had got hacked. I thought it was a hoax.
Sorry about that. How much did you say? 7?
7 what?
Did you say 7?
Several.
He said several.
Oh, several.
I have 7.
Yeah.
1.
I thought it was a hoax.
I was like, oh my God, serious?
I was looking at my memories. I believe yesterday. Yeah, I believe yesterday. I was looking at my memories and I was like, please tell me Kobe Bryant isn't dead. And
it was Jordan Clarkson on the dunk assist from Kobe, Jock.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh my God, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. It was unreal. And then everything was coming out. He had all his daughters on the helicopter, and then it was one daughter, and then it was her team, and then it's a sad situation. Completely sad situation. Gone too soon. I think I've had several celebrity deaths that really got to me. I think that has been the top one. Him and Michael Jackson are probably my top celebrity deaths in my lifetime. I think that I've been
as
stunned.
as Jahan has a Nipsey Hussle tattooed on his inner
bicep. Nipsey rocked me, but I mean, like, Nipsey wasn't childhood. Like, Michael Jackson and Kobe were like we saw their entirety of their career. Like, Kobe was. I mean, we didn't see Mike's entirety of his career.
No,
I was born in '87. Like, Mike was already. Well, okay. Jock saw it, but like I said, I was born in '87. I saw Mike when I was 12 years old, like, beat the Utah Jazz. So yeah, I saw a lot of Mike. I saw championship Mike. I didn't see Mike in the struggle, in the trenches, losing to the Celtics and losing to the bad boy Pistons. I can't recall that, Yeah.
Right. Like, I was 6 years old, living in Chicago, watching the Bulls win championships.
Right. Like, Kobe and LeBron, for all intents and purposes, we've seen their entirety of their career. Allen Iverson, Kobe, LeBron. Like, in Shaq, we didn't see the entirety, but we saw the majority. D-Wade, et cetera, et cetera. However, this really rocked me to my core. I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I can remember exactly where I was. As Doc alluded to, I hated Kobe.
Same.
Believe it or not, I hated Kobe. I was a big LeBron guy. Before
I did too, in a sense, just for being a Jordan fan, because people kept comparing Kobe to Jordan in a sense,
My cousins are huge Lakers fans. And one of my cousins, who I have a tattoo for, he passed away in 2011. May he rest in peace as well. But he was a Lakers fan, and I said I would root for the Lakers for him. And in doing that, I discovered a liking for Kobe. I took a liking. I saw when he tore his Achilles and he came back strong, and it was look like you really, in your older years, how he carried this Lakers team, to the cusp of the playoffs, or when they would go through bad seasons. So, like, my hatred for Kobe, it turned into a respect. I respected Kobe.
Yep.
I respected his grind, his work ethic, his talent. I learned to stop hating on people through Kobe. More so with LeBron James, but through Kobe, I've learned to stop hating on what we are witnessing. Just appreciate what you're witnessing.
Exactly.
Whether you're a fan, you're not a fan, just appreciate it, because Kobe's death showed me that, like, this can all be gone, and all you have left is, I wish I had appreciated it then. My favorite Kobe moment, definitely when the Eagles won Super Bowl 52, and they showed him holding his daughter.
Yeah,
and he said, "We won the Super Bowl. We won the fucking Super Bowl." Like, that was bad. It was big for me, because, like, as Eagles fans, we needed that, and I never thought it happened in my lifetime. So to see somebody that shared that pain, that blood, that sweat, that tears with this team, it was amazing. When he won his Oscar, I thought that was
that was a good one.
I thought that was so cool.
The deer basketball.
Yeah, I thought that was like some amazing thing. Like, dude, you what can't you do? You've done it all. You won an Oscar. You won championships. You, like, etc. And I didn't watch the 60-point game, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because the Warriors were on at the same time, and they were going for 73-9. So I did not watch Bryant 60.
I actually kept going back and forth between.
I was going back and forth.
Yeah.
Jahan, I'll be right back. You carry it for a couple.
All right. So I didn't watch Kobe Bryant's 60-point game, and that like, I mean, I can go back and watch it. It's on YouTube, but to not watch it live, that haunts me, because that was historic, and it was a moment you can't get back. The 81, like Tyler alluded to, that was greatness. I mean, it was some video game stuff. 28-46, like it was ridiculous. And like I said, my cousins are huge Lakers fans. But another moment, and
it's weird too, because, like, you have to keep in context of when he did the 81 too. Like, it was a big deal when you woke up and someone dropped 50, you know, Now you see it a lot more often. We're in the shooters league where people don't play defense, where you spread the ball around and you get a lot of shots and you jack up so many threes a game. But that was
Devin Booker 70. Like Devin Booker had 70 points.
True.
And it's like no one even cared about Devin Booker 70.
True.
Like it's like no one even talks about Devin Booker 70, and he has a 70-point game.
Yeah, it's a quiet 70. It's a quiet 70.
One of my also favorite Kobe Bryant moments is when I think he made a game winner. He was like ripping off his shirt. He was like this.
Yeah, that was the game winner versus the Suns. It was Western Conference. I think it was round 2, game 3.
Yeah,
I think something like that. But I don't know what you're talking about, Will.
When he dunked on Steve Nash, I mean, I like I said, I hated.
What about that dunk against the Nuggets where it's the breakaway? Or I think there's a guy under the hoop and he went like this.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
When he dunked on Steve Nash in the playoffs, I can remember just walking away from the TV like, God, man. Like, yo, get away. Like, yo, I do not want to see them win.
That guy could snatch ankles like crazy and dunk on people.
But I respect the Mamba. I miss him. I miss like who he was and who he became. Like he became someone you were able to like. He became someone you could be like, okay, Kobe's not bad.
Like, right. Like I said, even if you don't even look at him from like the on the court, look at him from off the court, look at what kind of father he is,
girl dad,
how much he embraces being a girl dad. I mean, I can't tell you like now, leading up to the months when I become one, like seeing people do that, it's tremendously,
and not
impressive.
Even that, Kobe was instrumental in like putting women's basketball on the forefront.
Sabrina, there's so many.
He's like had so many people that he was taking under his wing. And
Sabrina,
when LeBron was criticizing DT, what was Kobe doing? Lifting her up.
Yeah,
y'all remember that?
Even DT, she's got the Mamba nickname. What can you say?
For me, he was always the competition. I'm a diehard Spurs fan, so we had many battles with Kobe and Tony Parker. My absolute favorite Kobe moment is not because. As a Spurs fan, I hated him. You know what I mean? He was just so fierce. He was always knocking us out the playoffs, more specifically the Western Conference Finals. And, his last interview was actually for Tony Parker's documentary that's on Netflix. And he just talked about how Tony Parker is the reason he didn't have more championships. And the competitor in him, for him to admit that, I felt like was just great. And the person that, like y'all were talking about, the person he grew to be after he left the league, it's like the polar opposite of Jordan. We all loved Jordan when he was in the league, but then as he got out of the league, we kind of saw he was an asshole. Kobe was the opposite. Kobe was an asshole when he was in the league, but once he got out, we were all like, oh, okay, he's a great dad. He's doing this for the women's basketball. Like, he was somebody that we liked after he left the league, just personally.
I think Jordan was an asshole his whole life, but okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Like even the era when I was watching him win championships, Jordan was, being an asshole to people at casinos and staying up, late at night drinking and provoking fights. Like, Jordan wasn't.
Some of us that grew up watching him probably didn't know all that was going on until later in life.
Yeah.
Probably.
And one last thing about Kobe, another fun Kobe moment was months before his death. He was at I think it was a Lakers Mavericks game, and Luka Doncic was playing, and Luka Doncic hears Serbian from behind him, and he's like, "Who the heck is talking smack talk in Serbian behind me?" Kobe Bryant. It was Kobe, and he giggled, and he's like, "Where the heck did Kobe learn Serbian?" And they talked after the game, and they had a really cool moment.
For sure. So Kobe versus the Spurs. His record is 18-12 in the playoffs against the Spurs. He averaged 28.2 points against the Spurs. He averaged almost 6 rebounds per game, almost 5 assists, and almost 1.5 steals per game against the Spurs in their dynasty era, So that should just go to show how great Kobe is. He's very missed. And I think the best thing that we can do as fans and to carry on his legacy is support the WNBA and keep on pushing with that movement, because my favorite moments with Kobe are him in his orange sweatshirt supporting the WNBA.
I love those moments too, Megan. I need one of those sweatshirts.
We're going to go ahead and call it a night as far as the show, but the last 7 minutes of the show, we're going to show Kobe's last 3 minutes that he played. If you want to stay on and do commentary on the video, you're more than welcome to, or you can cut your mic off if you want to hang out until after the show. Completely up to you guys, but I'm about to play that right now.
Good to see my Ugg again.
Thank you so much for coming on, Jock. We really appreciate
appreciate you,
Thank
Jock.
you, man. You're awesome.
I had a blast.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Jock, come on again, man.
Oh, I did. I will.
Yeah, for sure.
We need him on the gauntlet too.
Yes, sir.
Speak of the gauntlet.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be up there.
Hey, Tyler, look for me this Saturday.
Yep. Okay.
I'll be there. Oh, I already told James.
Come on, get. No, I can't afford all these video games.
And so y'all's microphones are still on, but if you want to turn it off or if you want to do commentary, it's completely up to y'all. But we're going to play the last
John,
say something.
Of course.
Oh, Gordon, sit down. Gordon,
That's
sit down.
young,
Though.
Gordon.
Stop it, Gordon. Get out of here.
Kobe's like, let me do my patent. Where's his patent fadeaway?
Hey, another thing about this, Shaq said get 50. Boy went 60 out here.
He went 60, yeah. Dude, look how exhausted
he got 50, all right. He got 50 shots. I can't believe he shot the ball 50 times or more.
Is that I wonder if that's the most in a closeout game. I think it is.
It is.
60 is for sure.
Yeah. Who was on that court? I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Hey,
look how exhausted.
You know what's underrated though? 9 points in 134.
Good point.
Yeah, I didn't watch this game live. I had to watch the Warriors. I'm telling y'all.
That was
watch the Warriors game.
Sick.
73-9. I don't know. I was like 73-9. Kobe's last game.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, how'd that get in? Jack Nicholson is like,
the Joker in the front row.
The Joker's like, ah.
Look at Jack. Look at Jack. Jack, sit down.
Who's on that team? Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson,
a bunch of people that turned into like semi decent. Look at
Jay-Z. Jay-Z's like, that's my dude.
Look at D'Angelo
in the crowd with the I think he had on the white Kobe joint.
Jay-Z just smiling, smirk the smirk like Kobe just listening to the blueprint before the game.
I need to get myself a Kobe, like something related.
Yeah, good luck. You're gonna pay an arm and a leg.
I know. I'll steal yours. It's okay.
I got a Kobe shirt. I'm wearing it tomorrow.
Give it to me.
Look, 20 years younger. What happened?
Right?
Marriage.
Yeah, Jay's looking real rough these days.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, yo,
when you
I'm
work
growing my hair out.
Meal, you can look any way you want.
Oh, I forgot Julius Randle was on that team.
You ain't hear me. You ain't hear me say there go Julius Randle.
Yeah.
He's been playing like shit this year.
Okay, Snoop.
Yo, you see the dude beside him with a Jazz hat on front row?
And Kobe was the last Laker to have played at the old Forum in Inglewood. That's why they call Staples the house that Kobe built.
Kobe always got like 7 towels, though, man. They like bring him over all the towels.
There's like, here, all the towels, bro.
Here's like, here you go. Here's one for your
Yeah.
legs. Here's one for your neck. Here's one for your head.
Yeah. The bean, though. Hey, I always thought that was crazy that his real middle name is Bean.
Bean.
What's
I'm
yours?
just like, get off of me, D'Angelo.
He's like, don't touch
on
me.
that team too.
You say what's mine?
No, I was gonna make a joke, but
Oh,
I'm gonna save it for later.
I was like, Daniel. Mine's Daniel, Will.
Daniel. Daniel's son.
Daniel's on. Oh god.
Paint the fence, Daniel's son. Kobe.
I'm surprised. I forget if they did MVP chants. MVP.
They did.
He won MVP twice.
Once. He was robbed in the second one.
Look at Gordon stepping on the line. That's a violation.
Who did he get? Who took it the year?
Steve
He
Nash.
was supposed to. Oh, Nash went back to
Nash
back. I
won.
remember
Look at that
Kobe
Charlotte
robbed
Hornet
him.
right there. You see that Charlotte Hornet, Gordon Hayward? Let's go.
That Butler Bulldog Gordon Hayward, who rimmed out against Duke,
Oh yeah,
nearly
that's
beat
the
him.
Clarkson pass, I think. Yeah, he's like, I got you.
Yep.
There you go.
Larry
Oh,
Nance
I
Jr.
forgot Larry Nance Jr. was there.
Jordan
Get out
He's
Clarkson.
like,
game.
get over here, kids.
Yeah.
He's like,
Hey,
Daddy.
Hey, you remember when he made Larry Nance get off the thing and sit on the floor?
I did. Remember. He's like, sit down.
Get out of here.
Oh man.
Byron
Was that
Scott.
Byron Scott right there? Yeah, Byron Scott.
Jack.
Shaq.
Shaq Daddy.
Shaq Diesel. Aristotle. The Black Mamba.
Do they still have the 8 and 24 on the floor or no?
No.
I feel like they should do that forever, but it's just my opinion. He's like, let me go, me, Byron. I'm already the greatest Laker.
Whoa, sir. That's a discussion.
One of the greatest.
One.
Yeah, I don't know about the greatest, but
One of the greatest.
Yeah. I was going to say Kareem, Magic.
yeah,
Birdie.
it's a tough list.
Is
Shaq
that
Diesel.
who's that
Lou
with
Meta.
the towel around their neck? Lou Will. I forgot Lou Will was on that team.
Is that middle?
Yeah,
That middle
Lou
one?
Williams was there.
Is that Robert?
Look at
Sacre?
Jody.
Yep.
Look at Jody.
Jody Meeks. Yo,
Man,
what
Will,
was-
how did you get that one? Robbie Sacre? Man, he was trash.
he was.
He was
What was
awful at basketball.
Yeah, he was.
The future waits for no one. So
Cool.
All right. Well, we're going to end it tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. And I guess we'll just end it saying Mamba out.
Mamba out.